Hey, I know you're baffled. You're wondering, what is this narcissist all about? Maybe you didn't even know about narcissism until you started looking up about how your spouse, your boyfriend, your girlfriend did you dirty, and then all these narcissistic videos came up. I know it can be absolutely heart-wrenching. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're coming back, welcome back. I'm so excited to be back myself. I haven't made a video in a couple of weeks because I've been so jammed with private coaching, with helping people, empowering them to get out of the ashes of narcissistic abuse so that you can live an abundant, healthy, wealthy, loving life again. And so many artists have been affected by narcissists, unfortunately. So a lot of my coaching is helping artists in specific, and I'm an acting coach, but I help people of all walks of life because the modality that I teach can help and serve big time. So that's what I've been up to. My schedule has just been to the brim, but I miss you a ton, and I still want to give this free content to you because I know for some of you, you're just searching. You're not searching out a coach right now. Maybe you're not even at that step, or maybe you just really could use this support at your fingertips. And that's why I make these videos. That's why I love you guys. That's why I love this channel, because the more that we can empower one another in this way, the better. What is narcissist's last trick? What is their dirty, rotten last trick? You might be asking, is there more? Is there really more? Because they did me pretty dirty, Leah. They defamed me. They left me completely devalued. And now they're off in Aruba with their new supply, looking happier than ever on Facebook and all the social media. And everyone's going, I don't think they're that bad. Maybe it was you. I know. That is so gut-wrenching. This isn't like a regular breakup, okay? Regular breakups can be gut-wrenching. They can be sad. They can be very, very hard. But in a regular breakup with a person who does not have NPD or sociopathy or whatever other name you want to give it, somebody who's not effed up trying to go out and manipulate and harm people, you break up and you still can have respect for one another. Maybe if their name comes up, you even speak highly of them, or they speak highly of you, because you're just not in alignment with one another. And so as painful as that is, you can handle the heartbreak. This is something totally different. If you're experiencing narcissist breakup discard for the first time, this is so different than anything else. Maybe this is your 5th time with the same person. Maybe this is your 10th time with a new person. So watch this video so that you know the narcissist's last trick. One of their famous last tricks is exactly what I just talked about. Having you figure out, having you research. Now, I'm not shaming you for researching videos like this. This is one of the #1 reasons I give videos like this, because I know that is a pain point for so many people, and I've been through it more times than I care to really admit, but I am admitting it because now I'm to the place of empowerment. So if you're not there yet, I promise you can get there in communities like this. So the first way that they leave you with their last trick, if that makes sense, is having you research like it's a full-time job who the hell this person was. I know it can be so disheartening when you realize the person that you loved, who maybe you were going to sleep with every night, is actually your enemy. I know how painful it can be to discover that this person is really a monster. Now, I know narcs will jump on here and go, we're not monsters, Leah. That's not fair. Well, it's not fair what narcissists do to really good people. Narcissists, on some level, most of them know who they are. They know that they're a little different. They know that they lack empathy because they get annoyed when something sad happens. I know some narcissists get annoyed at funerals because they're like, really? Is everyone just faking it here? That they're sad because they don't feel anything. So whether they know they're a narcissist or not, they know something's a little different. What they do is they blame you, the empathetic person. What they do is they have you researching who this person is. Now they're on to the next. They know they do that. They know their cycle. See, in a healthy breakup, a lot of times both people take honest time apart, may never get back together, right? But they take time apart from other people. A narcissist will never do that. A narcissist is not going to take time to themselves and really heal and take responsibility and accountability. No, they're going to be on to the next person as quickly as possible. And then they'll take it out on that person. Oh, I was supposed to be single. I had wanted to be single. Oh, really? Is that why you got on Tinder? Because you wanted to be single, narcissist? You wish you were single, and so that's why you're going out on a bunch of dates and putting stories up on your Facebook to see who's interested in you? Give me a break. They know exactly what they're doing, but they love playing the victim all the time. That's another one of their last tricks, is that they were a victim in all this. I promise if they talk about you to the new supply, they're saying that you did all the things that they did to you, and maybe even worse. Think about how your relationship started with them. How did they talk about their past relationships? Did they take accountability? Did they say, oh my gosh, I messed up, or I did this, or I did that, or, both of us just grew apart? Or did they blame that person for something? And sometimes they'll even try to take a little accountability, but they can't take full accountability. So that's just a facade. It's a manipulation. I knew one narcissist who was like, I had to break up with my wife because I had to quit drinking, and she just wasn't going to stop drinking. I said, oh, she had a drinking problem? He's like, well, no, I don't know that she had a drinking problem. I'm like, oh, so does she drink heavily? He's like, well, I don't know that either. I'm like, you just said you had to break up with her and get divorced because she wouldn't stop drinking, but now you don't know whether or not she drinks or not? Because see, that's where their lies unravel a bit. That was something he told himself to make himself feel better and look like a hero and get sympathy and empathy from empathetic people to go, oh, that must have been so hard. And he'd go, yeah, I felt guilty, but I had to stop drinking. This was my opportunity to be with hundreds of women, So their last trick is having you research and figure out. Now you're looking up receipts. I know one of the first narcissists I was with was so brutal. I was in my early 20s, and he was a grandiose narcissist, so charming. He would buy big presents and flowers and Disneyland and be silly and goofy and have so much fun and look at you across the room as if you're the only person in the world. It was like a spotlight came down on you. It felt so good and romantic and over the top. And on all those nights that I was all googly-eyed, and so was he, thinking it's the most romantic thing ever, he was texting girls when I'd fall asleep and even go meet them afterwards, late night, telling them a whole other story. They will go above and beyond what you think is even possible. So their last trick, whether you found them out and had to discard them or they discarded you, either way, their last trick has you looking through receipts. I just saw this girl post publicly, I'm not going to say her name, but it's public, it's on public Facebook, so it's, really a public story. and she's trying to bring more awareness because she's putting this guy on blast right now so that hopefully other people won't fall victim to him. But here she was with a guy for 3.5 years or 4.5 years or something, living with him, sharing her life with him, and he would post on Tinder and all these other sites, OnlyFans and whatever, that he was single. Only he would post pictures of their date night together, but exclude her. And it would be on a night when she thought they were really connecting and so in love, and he would say they were. And then he would post a picture just of himself or just of the dinner or just of the date and say, I wish I had somebody to spend this time with. I wish you were here on these dating sites or OnlyFans or wherever. And so when she discovered this, she's mortified because she's like, wait, it's like he wants our life together, but without me. Their last dirty trick is making you wonder, why was I not good enough? Why were they posting and seeking exactly what they had right here? It doesn't make sense. Their last dirty trick is trying to get you, the logical, empathetic person, to make sense of somebody who doesn't make sense and who will never make sense. And what I invite you to do is to appreciate and have gratitude for the fact that they don't make sense to you. They don't make sense to you because you are not a sociopath. Their behavior doesn't make sense to you because you are not a narcissist. So one of their other dirty last tricks is getting you to behave like them. You begin to maybe not trust anybody. I know before I had many experiences with way too many narcissists, I trusted everybody. I thought it was such a wonderful thing to be open-hearted and trust everybody. And after getting burned time and time again, I'm like, that's it. I'm not trusting anyone. You're going to have to prove your worth to me. And while sometimes that can be really healthy, sometimes it's a way you can shut your heart down to feeling. So here you are on a really genuine date with a genuine person, and you don't trust them because you trusted narcissist, and their behavior essentially is the same at the beginning, when they're hiding, when they have the mask on. So the other dirty trick is now they have some of your friends and family unknowingly. Of course, some of them they use and triangulate you, and maybe they'll even date your best friend after or something like that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the friends that are still on your side who aren't friends with them. The narcissist subconsciously and unknowingly to these people has them doing their dirty bidding. How? Because now they might gaslight you by saying things like, well, you just have a bad picker, especially if one of your friends has never had any bad luck with anybody. They're just floating through life with just easy breezy. Some people have that, and they're very, very, very lucky. Doesn't mean they're better than you. It doesn't mean they've done something better, because I guarantee their first dates with their husband or whoever that they're saying they're so lucky with were very similar to your dates with narcissist, very similar. Meaning it was romantic, it was sweet, it felt genuine. They were all googly-eyed with you. So when they say you have a bad picker, that is gaslighting. Because you had a bad picker for having fun with somebody and having an open heart and accepting and receiving what you thought was genuine joy and connection. That's a bad picker. That can make you in cognitive dissonance real quick. They also gaslight you by saying something like, well, didn't you see the signs? Now, sometimes after you've had a lot of interactions with narcissists, yes, there are signs, but a lot of these are so covert You wouldn't notice it unless you're like sitting there like, okay, let me just name, address, where were you? And then after the day, okay, where are you now? Like, you'd have to be almost cuckoo bananas, like looking through their phone and all these things. No, you didn't see the signs because you're not the Pink Panther, okay? You were just having a fun time. You're not Columbo trying to be like on the case. You were just on a date. So sometimes some of the nicest friends and family can gaslight you and do their bidding because they blame you. There's a lot of shame out there for the target. Well, why did you attract them? Well, you're not so great. You have a bad picker. And so another dirty trick is having you evaluate, what the hell is wrong with me? Maybe I was too nice. So now I'm going to be really rude. And then they begin to steal your personality. They steal your voice. Because you're like, wait, I'm on this genuine date now, having a genuine experience, but is it? Maybe I should look through their phone. Maybe I shouldn't trust them, because that's what a narcissist does. After the date, when you just professed your love and they said they want to marry you, or maybe you are married or whatever, and it's the most romantic storybook thing ever, they're in the bathroom on Tinder. They're in the bathroom meeting a girl. They're in the bathroom on OnlyFans. And come back to the table as if nothing happened. So now you're an investigative reporter going through receipts. You're like, oh my God, the night that he proposed, he went out on a date with somebody else and said he was single or she was single. I say he because I like men, okay? If you're a man, I know there are female narcissists. I've said that on this channel many times. I think it must have been a female narcissist who said only men can be narcissists. I had never heard of that until I really started researching this. Of course, females can be narcissists. That's nuts. It's a personality trait. It's a disorder that happened in childhood because, like narcissists like to say, oh, I didn't get enough hugs, which for empathetic people will be like, well, then I'll hug you. I'll help you. They know what they're doing, men and women. It does not matter. They can all be narcissists, and their last dirty trick is getting you to think it was your fault because you were too nice or too mean or too whatever, too dressed up, too underdressed, too quirky, not quirky enough, too funny, not funny enough. They get you in the not enough-anitis disease. It's awful. Their last dirty trick is to get you to be a crumbled up mess on the floor trying to investigate what the hell happened. And if this has gone on for a year, 2 years, 3 years, 20 years, you could spend a lifetime trying to investigate all the lies. So what I invite you to do is to keep watching videos like this and stop putting energy into them by investigating their lies. Just know that they're always lying. They're doing it right now. As you're watching this video, I'm certain they're lying to somebody else. They lie all the time. That's what they do. Some of them do it just to entertain themselves. Some of them do it to get new supply. There's a million reasons, but this is who they are. They're a disordered person. They're not safe. They're capable of the worst things that you could imagine. Yes, they are. And then narcissists get on here and go, well, Leah, you shouldn't say, maybe you're the narcissist and maybe you shouldn't talk about this. And, I think it's your fault. And it's whatever. I've heard it all. I'm not here for the narcissist. I'm here for you. Because unfortunately, no, narcissists cannot change. Even the most self-aware ones out there say they can't change. My hope for them is that they all just get with other narcissists. If all the narcissists play together, they can be happy because they can run that racket all day long and love it, the drama, the lies, the deceit. They can play one another and all these things. And the rest of us can be open to genuine connection and healthy relationships. So if you've just found out that this person you were with is a narcissist and they just discarded you or you discarded them. Their last dirty trick, of course, is to defame you, to get you in cognitive dissonance, to get you so confused and spend so much valuable time trying to figure out something that will never make sense. Why do they love this? Because they do love it. Because they still get attention that way. They still get fed off of your supply that way. And if you're crumpled up on the floor, they can come back and manipulate you again. And that's why many of these people come back multiple times until finally you think, that's just how everybody is. That's their last dirty trick, to make you like them in not trusting anybody and thinking everybody lacks empathy and that there's something weird in you for having it. They'll even say empathy is a myth. It's not even real because it's not for them. So stop making sense, trying to make sense of something that will never make sense. They will never make sense. You could get home from a googly-eyed date and post, "Could You Be Loved" by Bob Marley. I did that once. Meanwhile, they're posting, "I still haven't found what I'm looking for." You know why? Because they've never found what they're looking for, and they never will. When you're shut down, you lack empathy, and you lack the ability to have genuine, honest connection and communication. You will never find what you're looking for. Again, unless maybe you find another narcissist who plays that same game. Maybe that's the perfect match. That's the way I see it. So I don't wish them ill because they take it out more on us. I wish them happiness with other narcs. I hope this video helped. I'm so excited to start giving you more and more videos. My schedule's opening up. I actually have some new opportunities for you that I'm going to be launching next week, a digital course. I've been talking about this for a little while now, and I'm so excited because on this channel, we don't just talk about the problem. I give you solutions, and this digital course could be a solution for you to not just dwell on narcissism, but to come out of the ashes of narcissistic abuse and manifest real love, real genuine success in every area of your life. I'm very excited about that, so stay tuned. Let me know if and how and what part of this video resonates for you, and if you watched all the way to this point, I vouch you, you're amazing. You have the ability to be in a healthy relationship because you could commit to this short video. Narcissists can't even do that. They can't commit to anything. They can't commit to healing. And so they're certainly not going to commit to you. I have so much love for you and so much empathy. You can make it through this. You got this. See you next time.